So goddamn it.
Ah! Well, apparently the audio doesn't want to work, but here we are.
That is the fucking best, man.
Hopefully the audio's working for everything else. Yeah, audio's working for everything else.
Yeah, audio works here. I can hear it.
I know.
So, I mean, there you
I will
go.
have to
Well,
tinker
we hear
with
the
that.
effect.
Yeah, we hear the effect, and we hear
Yeah.
the audio here. That's so weird. Ah, tech issues. Alright, well, we're back with the grand adventure once
For
again.
anyone watching that was supposed to have sound. Like sweet 80s music.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. I'll have to figure that out. Huh. Okay then. So, when last we left our adventurers so long ago, lots of things actually happened. The party found Vranick's corpse, where they met Horatio. Let's see. Godrick's Vigil was busted up beyond all recognition. They found out Malek tried to injure/kill Candide. Ganel...
Because he's yandere now.
Yeah, he's yandere. Ganel got visited by the Raven Queen. And yeah, that's about the Cliff Notes version.
That is exactly where we left off. I think we left off with Saevrick gaining his true power.
Unlimited power. So yes, you all were waking up in the morning at Godrick's Vigil.
Yes. Yes, I'm going to go downstairs and check and see if there's any breakfast.
Well, that's going to be kind of hard, because you're already downstairs.
Is that we were waking up?
Yeah, the beds are in the same floor as the mess hall.
Oh, well, yes, I'm going
Did it came back to stream starting soon for you guys?
No.
No, it didn't.
Mine.
I think yours may have clicked way back a bit.
Maybe. Let me just refresh.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up some food and then I'll probably check and make sure everyone's doing okay.
Okay, is anyone else doing anything particular?
Eating, taking a leak. Yeah, pretty much it.
Okay. Okay.
We're all here.
Yeah, all you were there in the mess hall, including Malek, who is desperately trying to get rid of that knight that seems to just be following him around everywhere now. At least you're guessing he's trying.
I say, Malek, who is that gentleman?
To be entirely honest, I don't really know. He kind of just popped up out of nowhere and swore allegiance to me. It's really, really weird.
Well, try to live up to his allegiance, then, I suppose.
I suppose. I would prefer that he... As much as I enjoy the attention, I would really prefer that he did not follow me around.
Have you tried ordering him not to?
I told him to stay here in the Vigil, but while I'm here, he seems to not leave me alone very well.
Is Candide and Ganal and everyone else down there?
I'm
You're here.
Good morning.
I'm there, but I'm dressed a little warmer than usual.
I'm still in bed.
I think someone needs to check on Mr. Candide. He seems to be a bit of a heavy sleeper. Is Grum down here munching on meat?
Hell yeah!
I'm gonna go and
Bright-eyed.
gently poke Candide.
Candide wakes up, just looks at you like, what do you want?
Come eat, so we can leave, or plan, or go kill stuff.
I'll be down in a minute.
Okay. It's on the same floor, by the way. So
Mr. Canal, you seem dressed a little more
Smart
warmer than
ass.
you probably should be. Are you alright?
I've just caught the chill. That's all.
Do you need me to take a look at it?
It's not necessary.
Not at all.
what kind of chill?
You all are very strange sometimes.
Just say I'm under the weather for the time being.
Oh.
So,
Oh, I have the perfect remedy for that, my
no.
friend. I'm gonna.
If you say
Still
Griffin
large.
Grease,
No, I was going to offer some Godrick's brew.
Ah,
what, pray tell, is Griffin grease?
You don't want to
you
know.
really wish
That's
you
a-
asked that question.
That is a story for another time, my friend.
What did my godson get involved in?
All sorts of illicit things.
And greasy stuff.
So much.
Youngsters.
Okay. So you're all eating.
So,
Eventually, Wilhelm kind of. You can notice it fairly easily because he's kind of attended by a couple people, but Wilhelm kind of hobbles into the mess hall, kind of limping.
I will get up and walk over to him and be like, you know you should not be up and about right now.
I'll be fine.
Actually, I rested, correct?
Yes.
Cast heal on him.
See, I'm fine.
you sound so mad when you say.
You're fine because I... Never mind.
He kind of gives a little bit of a smirk from that. Just.
I smack him back in the head.
Ah! Ow.
Mind your manners.
Yes, Uncle Horatio.
Be around necessarily to fix you next time. Do be careful.
All right.
So do we have a plan?
Not entirely.
No. Well, we have a list of things to do. How about that list? Who has it?
Malek kind of interjects.
Malek has it.
I thought. I think I have it.
You think or you know?
Reaches into his chest. Pulls it out. Ah, yeah, there it is. Hands it over to
All right,
Ganal.
put it on the table. Look at what is next.
What is next?
Well, don't look at me. You all are people in charge. I think they're trying to figure out. They got the list out.
Yep. List.
What was the second thing on the list? Demon dude? Aranis? Rebuild a town?
It's a demon, dude.
Demon dude.
All we had is a kill list. We didn't have anything about building.
Yeah.
a town.
I was about to say it pretty much was
Sorry,
just a kill
constant
list.
speaking.
It was Kildrak. Then it was.
Check.
Then it was
That was
Devil
a check.
Dude.
Now put a check on that.
Yeah. Then it was Devil Dude. Somewhere on there was Aranis. and there was just like a random list that kind of had addendums.
Do we know
And
the
then-
whereabouts of anyone on the list?
You guys,
I'm new here.
You people told me
so-
Vranick is the one
that
who
we
had
would
it.
find.
no, he had Malek keep it. The list.
Well, where does Malek have it?
The list?
Oh,
Technically said we were hunting them, not that we knew where they were at.
Also, you guys technically do know where Uranus is. At least, rough idea.
we do?
I was about to say, he was the one who kind of, set you off on this whole thing.
Okay, so refresh my memory. Who exactly is this? And Horatio points to the list. A demon. And then who is this Uranus fellow?
A power that thinks it's a god.
Oh, so he's the idiot. Okay, great. And the demon? Just the demon?
Just your everyday standard, ready to destroy the world and take all the power demon.
Okay, so a regular old demon.
We know of his name, but we should not be saying it out loud.
That is actually accurate. If you speak it out loud, they know that you said it.
Yeah,
We know
a late
it rhymes
friend
with
told me about
poo.
that.
It rhymes with. Oh, Grum, you're so delightful.
He was very poo. I'm not saying his name. I just said it rhymes with that.
Okay. Well, I mean, you all know better than me. I'm here to help you find my godson's killers and settle this whole region down, really.
So, what are you guys gonna do?
I'm gonna be looking at Ganel, and I'm gonna be waiting for his orders. I mean,
That's true.
he wanted to be leader.
I
Let's
know, right?
lead.
I'm gonna look at Ganal too, like expecting, like.
You say the word, friend. We'll follow.
No, we need to understand exactly what we're going up against. First and foremost.
Did I tell anyone about what I learned when I used the card to learn about how to kill Uranus?
You had, I think, said it aloud to Vranick, Brudrin, and I think Candide. I don't remember if Ganal was there. Vranick was there. It was he is technically not actually a god, he's just really hard to kill.
Well, I'll just mention that, like, yeah, like he's not a god anymore. He just has access to the powers.
I think our biggest worry is the demon for now. He's already consumed 2 of our party's powers. And you saw what one alone could do.
I agree.
And we probably should not try to get in touch with the gods unless they try to get in touch with us.
Did he consume 2?
Did he? My godson was 1.
I'm assuming that whoever has gotten my power after my death has probably been found by now. Perhaps not the best statement, but perhaps not entirely inaccurate now either. Perhaps we could arrange some way to find out who this person is.
I could attempt scrying power? I don't know if that would work.
Considering your current lack of knowledge, it would be a good idea to try.
Well, scrying with a lack of knowledge actually usually doesn't work very well, but I'll...
Neither does standing here.
I'm going to take out a folded package from my side and unroll it and hold out the circle of Uranus to him.
I'll take it and kind of look it over.
You can feel that there's some type of, like, almost like celestial energy kind of coming off the gem in it. It's not from any god that you're familiar with, though.
Well, I suppose, Wilhelm, do you have a pool of water around here? Standing water?
We should. Somewhere outside there should be like a well.
I need something more like a bowl.
More like a what?
Bowl. I don't want to get out my mirror, or I have to get the tower out. Like, do you not have a bowl of water?
We can make one. It's easy enough. He grabs a bowl and just pours in some water.
Excellent. All right. I'm going to attempt to scry using the energy link to try to figure out who or what it's connected to.
Okay. So you're trying to find who it's connected to?
Yeah, like try to match the signature. Technically, I guess this would be considered a possession?
Okay. You managed to get a link to someone. You're not entirely sure who or what it is. It just seems to be like kind of a mansion looking place. Seems relatively empty, but you just see him walking around seemingly unobtruded.
I'm going to start describing him as best I can feature-wise. Try to like move the sensor around, look at his face and everything. I'm just going to start saying someone who can draw or write this down.
Malek kind of pulls out page and starts writing and drawing.
I'm going to get it as detailed as I can. So I'm going to explain the mansion, where he's walking.
It seems very well kept as far as like the building itself. Doesn't seem to really be any dust or any type of like anything out of sorts, which is really weird because you don't see anyone else there but this guy, and he's walking around the entire place. Just
can I get a look of any of the... Is there like a wall surrounding it? Do I see any of the surrounding area around the mansion if I spin?
He's currently inside, so it's a little bit harder to see outside. When he passes by one of the windows, you do see like a town a bit off in the distance. There seems to be like a gate guarding the entire perimeter. He himself kind of has dark hair. He's like moderate build, half-elf. Hello?
Hello? Oh, as I'm describing him, does anyone else recognize the description? Because I'll describe he looks like a half-elf, the hair, everything.
Seems very, very, like, fancily dressed. Constantly dealing with paperwork.
What's the paperwork say?
It just seems to be, like, deeds and tax forms.
2. I'm pinpointing. I'll sit there, like, reading over his shoulder, like, what is this all about?
It seems to just...
I'm looking for names, locations, stuff like that. Something recognizable.
Let's see. There's just a bunch of, like, random business names, like the Hammer and Anvil seems to be like a blacksmith shop. There's just Burnham's Baked Breads. There also seems to be a form for a weird place called the Drunken Mermaid that you're guessing is a bar.
We've heard that before, haven't we?
Yes, you have.
They have. Okay.
There also seems to
Was
be
it
like
at
shipping
Where
ledgers.
the port was?
What was that?
That's where that lake was, wasn't it?
Yeah, the port was. Isn't it where we started?
Where we went to get Ariza's power, if I remember
There
correctly.
was actually 2 drunken mermaids.
Oh, it is right. There is 2 of them.
There was one in the port.
There's the one in Heaven's Landing and one in
But if
the Aruza's town.
but if there's a shipping ledger, wouldn't that mean that there's a port close?
One would
Does
guess.
the shipping ledger have locations? Like where to from?
It
Sort of thing?
it does say like where it is to more often than not. Like that seems to be the ones that he's perusing more, and they seem to be more recent, like from that day. It is to Heaven's Landing.
Okay. I'll explain. Does that? I'm gonna cut it at that point once I have locations, Heaven's Landing, the like hammer and anvil and all that. Once I've got that plus descriptions, I'm gonna cut the connection and go. That's what I could get. Does that anything mean anything to you all?
Yep.
Some sort of noble in Heaven's Landing, apparently, huh?
From the rough description and Malek turning the like character that he drew up, it sounds and seems kind of similar to Lord Vendhall, whom you initially dealt with in Heaven's Landing.
I don't think I dealt with them.
No, you
You
didn't.
did, Canal. They did. Brudrin and Grum are the only ones who did.
Yeah.
And
Wait,
Malek.
isn't Lord Van Hall Uranus? Right? Wasn't he?
I believe he was.
He was.
So did the power get back to him?
Or I'm just reading the connection because those two are connected. But Horatio wouldn't know that. He doesn't know these people.
So we found Uranus instead.
That-
huh?
That sounds like Van Hall.
It does sound like
I'll say
Vendhall.
that
He
out
was
loud.
alone. His mansion was nice, but he was alone. There's no workers, servants, anything. Kind of impressive, really.
No, it would make sense that it went back to him because, let's say, even if for some reason, Lord Van Hall is not Uranus, there's no connection of Uranus's item to Van Hall unless he got it.
Well, if this Lord Event-Hall is Uranus, I can't be certain he didn't know I was looking.
Most certainly that he did know that you were looking if it was him.
Oh, that's a comforting thought, I suppose. Well, that's the information I have. Unless one of you wants to write down the demon's name, I could try to see where he is. but
Very
that's-
Pooh. I tell you, it sounds like Very Pooh.
Madam Grum, lots of things sound like that.
His literal name sounds like Very Pooh. What? How else can we say without bringing down a death and destruction upon our heads?
That's why I said write it, my dear, not speak.
Why are you looking at me? I'm a half-orc. Look at them. They look like they can write better.
I'm gonna look at
She's a
Malek.
feisty one, isn't she?
Malek, can you please write it down for Horatio?
I wonder if he writes it down so like the paper catches on fire.
Only one way to find out.
I'm not entirely certain it'll work. It'll be about as tenuous as anything else unless you want to describe what he looks like on top of it. It is his true name, I understand it, though, correct?
Yes.
Does his true name give him power over us, or us
No.
power over him?
It's the way I was trained when I paid attention in school briefly. Demonic true names allow you to bind them, control them. With the proper rituals and protections, you can essentially extract service from them, and they really can't do anything. It's tied to their very essence.
Well, according to the card, the magic fancy cards that we just lost, according to according to it, that that's the real name.
All right.
And it's a fitting name. It rhymes with pool, and it is pool.
So,
Who in this country would know more about demons?
Wilhelm?
We fight the devils off every now and again when they show up, but as far as who would know more, really the only place that would have anything would be... That would probably have to be Baldur's Gift.
Well, in my
Do some
opinion,
research on binding rituals if we have his true name.
that's exactly where I'm getting at. I'd rather bring him to us and fight him on our terms.
I've never tried it. but
Or
I'm willing
we
to
can
give it a
bind
shot.
him and then sick him to Uranus, and then they kill each other off.
Meddling with devils is a dangerous thing to do, but
We're already trying to bind him. What more can, At that point, we might as well take it to the next level. But what do I know? I'm just a half-orc.
My feeling is that if we can bind him to our plane, we'll have a better chance of taking care of him. Because if we have to go to him and whatever hell that he lives in, I know we can't take him.
I unfortunately was kind of lax on my religious studies.
Let's do it.
Shall we take a trip then to this Baldur's Gift? Oh, by the way, hold on one moment. I'm gonna walk over to one of the walls and kind of chip a piece of stone out of it. Just a small one.
Okay, it's pretty easy. The place is kind of falling apart currently.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in a small bag and then kind of like claw into the bag a little symbol in Draconic to me, or yeah, because I speak Draconic, I keep forgetting. Draconic for Godrick. It's a teleport beacon.
Yeah.
You have a better shot if you have an object that belongs to the place.
Indeed.
Wilhelm, can you spare anybody at all?
Not Steve.
Are you sure you don't want Steve? He just got back.
I need competent eyes in Heaven's Landing.
We have a couple people. You just need someone in Heaven's Landing, or
I need someone to watch our quarry there to make
Well,
sure he stays
we
there.
already have a couple
Steve's
people
pretty
posted.
confident. He just talks a lot.
I'm sorry, what was that?
We also have a couple people posted already in Heaven's Landing. I believe you attempted to butcher half of the entire station over there at one point. Well, not you, but he looks to Brudrin and Grum and Malek.
What?
My goodness, what did you all get up to before I got here?
I did no
I
such
did no
thing. It
such
wasn't
thing.
my
I did-
fault.
I
In
believe
my defense, at least, I had to be turned mad first before I started murdering people.
you all thought they were bandits at one point.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
Oh my god, is
Shall-
that the very first fight?
Shall we go now?
Wait, is that the very first one
I
where
think it is the very
where Malek was
referencing
serenading
very
among the
first
sea of
fight.
corpses?
Yes,
Is that the one?
I think it's.
Oh my god, that's so long ago.
That was eons ago.
I'll try to keep them out of trouble, Wilhelm.
Please do. I don't want to have to report any more deaths to any families.
No, I imagine you wouldn't. Look, could you send someone specifically to watch in this Heaven's Landing place? And before you send them, let me get a hair from them. I can use them as a beacon to keep an eye through them to the target. Hopefully, not
The only one that I could spare right now is Steve. He's the only floating, able-bodied one we have right now.
Just how bad is this Steve character?
Do you want me to go fetch him?
Spend about 30 seconds with him, and then you can tell us.
Bring him over. Let's do
He
the
kind of-
introductions.
Yes, please.
He kind of
Go
turns
fetch him.
to one of his aides and kind of waves one of them over. He comes over. Are you sure, sir? Yes, I'm sure. Don't go.
And I would like to exit the moment that makes entering.
Does that say it? Wilhelm just kind of sighs for a little bit. And sure enough, a couple seconds later.
We better get the Steve music too.
You start seeing the aide come back, and he's just, Hi, guys! We're back!
Horatio's eyes just widen like,
We kinda got lost on the way back! Got sidetracked by a caravan that needed help! It's good to see you're all still alive. Where's your dragon buddy?
Horatio's gonna get up, walk over. Now, how tall is Steve?
Oh, he's probably like 5'10". He's not particularly
Okay, so he's
imposing.
actually taller than Horatio.
Yeah.
Horatio's gonna look up slightly and go, "Young man, that Dragonborn was my godson, and unfortunately he's dead. We have a very important job for you."
Oh, that's unfortunate, but I like helping. So feel free. What do you need?
So, do you know the town of Heaven's Landing?
Oh yeah, it's a great place. I go there occasionally when I'm looking for some nice fresh fish. I really like fish.
No, I know. This is good. So, what I need is for you to watch a Lord Vendhall try not to be caught. Can you do that?
Oh, I'm really good at not getting caught. Although sometimes I get a little bit sidetracked. You know,
No sidetrack.
yeah, like I came back this way after helping these guys out, and a caravan needed some help getting down to Katoon's Blessing. So I just sort of helped them on the way there.
For this particular thing, no doing that.
Okay, I suppose I can do that. How long am I supposed to be watching this guy?
Until I come down there. Because eventually I will come there.
Well, eventually I gotta eat, you know. I can't just sit there and talk to him and stare at him forever.
I'm gonna pull out 5 platinum pieces and go for supplies while you're there.
That's fair enough. You sure it's okay if I go, Lord Wilhelm? Yes. Yes, I'm absolutely sure.
One other thing, Steve. I need to take one of your hairs.
You're talking from my head, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I can do magic to keep an eye on you and make sure you're safe.
Oh, that's really, really nice of you. Yeah, sure.
So remember, no sidetracks.
Right.
Just go to Heaven's Landing and stay there and keep an eye on him till I get there.
Right.
Good lad. And I'm gonna pluck a hair from his head.
Oh, that hurt a little bit.
Sorry.
Oh, it's fair enough. How else are you supposed to get one, really, I guess?
I'm just gonna kind of gently pat him on the cheek and just go, "Good lad, off you go."
All right. And away Steve goes into the mid-morning sun, grabbing a
Rather
horse.
delightful, a little basic, I suppose, but
He's a moron.
Is a little
no, Candide, not everyone can be as intelligent as we. It takes all kinds, really. Besides, if he does get sidetracked, I'll know. And I hold up the hair and just kind of wave it, like, I'll know.
You will know. Alright. So Steve is on his merry way to go watch Lord Vendhall. Which... You guys probably should have done something, but it's too late. Did anyone actually bother to give him a description? Because I'm pretty sure you didn't.
No.
I wasn't there.
Alright, we'll cut real quick to Ganel outside as Steve was doing his thing that he could hear from outside the damn building. But yes, as you go outside to try to escape all that is Steve, you do notice something a little bit odd.
That's the first Steve fan art.
Oh god, there's Steve fan art now? I need to see this. That's great. Okay. Anyways, you step outside and you notice something a little bit odd. There's a tree that seems fairly normal, but it seems a little bit burnt after the recent attacks on Godrick's Vigil. But you notice a set of eyes staring at you from it. Just on one of the slightly burned branches, there's just a tiny raven just staring you down.
Draw closer. Draw closer to it.
As you get closer, it just continues to stare. Kind of cocks its head to the side.
Are you lost, little one?
Shakes its head.
I didn't think so. Were you looking for me? Sort of hold an arm out.
It flies down and like lands on the arm.
Let's move it to my shoulder.
It perches.
Are you here to tell me where the demon's at by any chance? No. Unfortunate. Suppose we'll have to go talk to her then, won't we?
It kind of just shuffles around a bit.
Let's start walking towards the woods.
Alright. You go walking off. How far out are you going?
Out of eyesight at least.
Okay.
Of the main wall.
So probably like a couple 100 feet?
At least, yeah.
Okay. You walk out into the forest. You find what you feel is secluded enough spot.
I'll kneel down. I'll sort of cross my lap. And I'll just start praying.
After a little bit of meditating, you feel very chill breeze just start coming across you. Kind of causes your skin to just goosebump up and all your hairs to stand on end. Yes, little one?
I believe part of our deal was information of where to go next.
You have 2 quarries, if memory serves, yes?
True. But I'm saving Uranus for last.
He
has the most to pay.
Fair enough. I know where the other one you seek lies, but you do not want to go there. Unless you want to come with me sooner.
I'm assuming you mean not our world.
Correct.
I suppose we'll have to bring him here.
That would be the wisest course of action. And I might suggest doing it sooner rather than later. Currently, I believe he sits injured.
Is Uranus in Heaven's Landing?
Yes. At least as far as all my information can gather. The world in skies has many eyes.
Well, let's let them find their own path to slumber.
Quite.
And I'll stand up with my sword, pet the raven a little bit, and start walking back.
Yeah, as you stand up, the image of her kind of seems to like recede and the warmth comes back to the area. Just turns to mist and vanishes into the sky.
Okay, I'll return to the rest of the party.
Okay. You managed to find your way back without too much trouble. You left, or the raven was kind enough to leave little peck marks on the way there. But yes, you return to the rest of the party, who you see Steve leaving on a horse as you go back in.
Well, that was wondrous timing, was it not?
Perhaps, perhaps.
Speaking to the bird. Oh, in we go.
Alright, you go back in, and you're meeting with them discussing the little bits of Steve's misadventures. So what now?
You have a bird there, Mr. Goodell.
Quite astute. This is Deoltus. He shall be accompanying us.
Well, as long as he gets along with Hootie, we're fine.
Woo!
Uranus is in Heaven's Landing.
And do you know this how?
Say, little birdie told me.
And how accurate is this?
Can I make an insight check?
Go ahead.
I probably just kind of...
Yeah, he seems to be telling the truth as far as you can tell.
I've seen stranger things in my travels, so... What's the course of action then, Mr. Goodell? You seem to have a better idea than most.
I'm gonna go find out how to bind this demon and bring him here.
That is your intention.
It is.
Well, since I'm probably
Then
the
so
one
be
who's
it.
going to have to be doing the binding, I'll tag along, of course. Let's all go.
I assume everybody's on board with this.
Oh yeah.
My curiosity alone.
Okay.
Hey, as long as I get to smash someone, I don't care.
Well, Miss Grub, if we bind the demon correctly, you'll get to smash a devil. Excuse me, it's a devil, correct? Not a demon.
Yeah, especially this one, because he's been trying to... He's been touching too much, that's all you need.
Well, I should say. He's one of the...
Touchy.
So, we go to this, what was it, Baldur's Gift?
Yes.
Shall we?
Okay. How are you guys going there? Are you walking? Are you going... What? Are you going through Heaven's Landing like you have before? Or are you taking the long way around?
We don't have access to horses, do we?
They don't really have any available ones right now, no. They're trying to, like...
Are there any towns?
They're trying to mend the horse. Or the horses that got injured during the attack.
Well, our mission is one of haste, so the quickest way.
Well, I could get us... If one of you knows, I could possibly speed things up a bit.
Are you going to ride your owl?
No, but I could turn you into something that we could ride.
I'm in.
The way you said it, that sounded too dirty.
Something we can ride.
Oh my.
Oh, behave.
So, the rest of you,
Gets us there quicker.
the rest of you, aside from Horatio, know that there is like Aruku's Crossing to the south, roughly about a day on foot, and that's like the next closest town.
Well, I mean, if one of you is willing, I could turn one of you into a dragon.
Ooh.
Aruku's like,
It'll last about an hour, but we could fly.
You mean the one who gets turned into a dragon will fly, and you just tag along?
No, it'll be big enough to pick us up. I don't think you understand how big this is.
I volunteer to be the dragon.
Grum, let's do a game of Rochambeau.
Well, technically, I could actually turn two of you into dragons. Technically.
I think if
Because if I turn two
this
of you
is
into
out of
dragons...
character, this is out of character, okay? But I think if one dragon alone, I think might scare some people. Two dragons flying together, I think will send panic.
Well, you have to
I
remember,
don't know.
part of it is your
I don't know
color.
the state of like how dragons are. You know, like the how welcoming people are when it comes to flying
part
dragons.
of it would be the color of the dragon, because I'm not gonna pick what is referred to as chromatics, which are the evil.
Yeah, but you don't want to make it something that someone will try to hunt the dragon down too.
These things are gonna be huge.
Well,
Let's do it.
let's do it.
okay.
Dragon me up.
Wilhelm's just kind of staring at you, talking about this plan like, what?
Well, are you jealous because
Wilhelm,
Wilhelm's just a
you
dragon?
should know I have done much more interesting things than this particular.
I suppose just try to keep panic down to a minimum. Avoid cities if you can, please.
Well, I'm going to turn them into brass dragons. I would hope people at least understand that brass means anti-evil.
A lot of people around here aren't really familiar with actual dragons.
Yeah, I don't think they would care much for like the color. They'll just see dragon and then start running away.
Well,
Unless you're horrifyingly, this is out of character, horrifyingly neon pink, then maybe they'll go, what?
Give me a moment then. Let me think of something other than a dragon that has a decent speed.
Why not just like a large bird?
Actually, I need to find... Give me a second.
Especially if you can turn
The
like
Rock.
two of us.
Yes, because twin spell actually.
The rock.
I don't know, would a rock work?
I don't know. I'm just saying. The most electrifying bird in D&D entertainment.
Well, this heavy really is, at this point, is Malek. What's Candide again? What's his race?
Okay. A rock would work. So, Virus, if we're going based on I can turn them into things roughly equivalent to my level, because Polymorph doesn't have like a level restriction built in.
Yeah.
A rock is challenge rating 11.
Yeah.
And it's gargantuan. So everybody could fit on this damn thing. And it flies at 120 feet every 6 seconds. So in an hour, I'm pretty sure that could cross way more than what we can cross in a day of walking.
Yeah, probably. It's about 4 times the speed, so you'd get there in about a quarter of a day. For the next closest town.
Question though, when you transform someone, do they still keep their mental faculties?
Yeah, their mental stats stay the same. Their physical stats. It's
No,
like
no,
when I
no.
shapeshifted.
Their mental stats
Okay.
change too, but their personality stays the same.
Okay, this what I'm more worried about. Like if you change into this big ass bird, suddenly I don't have like this feeling so pecking everyone.
Oh, well, before I do it, I'd probably actually do telepathic bond so we could communicate.
Is that a concentration? I think so.
Telepathic's a ritual.
Ah, okay. Woo!
Yes, I have many selections of shenanigan-y things.
Shenanigans!
I'll actually probably turn 2 of them into rocks, so we can, just in case someone's stupid enough to fuck with us, we have 2 giant-ass birds.
There you go.
Wilhelm's again
Alright,
just...
well, let's go outside. I'm
so-
gonna say, I've got the perfect thing. It's not a dragon. This ought to be fun. It's been forever since I've done this.
Wait, it's not a dragon? No. No. No, no, no.
Oh, yes, Wilhelm. Oh, yes.
We're going to cause panic in the countryside again, aren't we?
It's entirely possible. But it's not a dragon. They can't be mad at me.
Whatever, it's not... This is my only responsibility.
Horatio's got a big old grin. He's like, come along. In fact, so who wishes to fly? Exactly. Who wants to be the animal? Hey, Mr. Godrick.
Me.
And Miss Grum. Excellent. Candide, you can ride on Brudrin. Malek, you can ride on Grum. Now you can ride on Brudrin, and I'll ride on Grum. And we'll divide everybody up. Make sure you hold on. So I'm
Right.
going to lead everybody outside to a nice large clearing, like massively large.
Alright. It doesn't take very much because the east side of town, like once you get outside of the wall, is pretty decimated.
Alright, so first of all, give me about 10 minutes. I'm going to connect us mind to mind. It'll last about an hour. We can communicate directly by thought. That way, if we get separated, we can easily find each other. Everyone okay with this?
That's fine.
Wait.
Alright, so I'll use the ritual telepathic bond. We
Yep.
connect
Pew.
all of us mind to mind. And all you have to do is think, and I'll think, hello there.
Quite.
Alright, Mr. Brudrin, I need you over there, and I'll point, and then I'll point and direct Grum. She ran for a minute. I'll point and direct Grum to stand over in another place. Kind of a good 40 feet away from each other.
Alright. You all get into the formation, and suddenly Grum and Brudrin turn into 2 giant-ass birds.
Yep, I twin spell, polymorph. When we say giant, you have like a 50, 60 foot wingspan. Giant.
Yeah.
The eagles from the Hobbit ain't got nothing on you, son.
No.
It's impressive.
What I lack in combat ability, I do make up for in versatility. Of course, no one could say that these two probably couldn't murder several people in their own right at this point. Also, don't be surprised if we get thoughts from them about worms. It kind of makes them a little bird-brained.
Ha! I got it!
Hopefully we can control them.
Oh, that would be what the telepathy's for. We can kind of direct them.
Alright.
Now, this will only last an hour, but I can do it 2 more times if necessary.
Okay.
You better get going then.
And away you go! Alright. Now, you all kind of proceed along. About halfway to the crossing. Are you heading like towards the crossing, or which way are you going?
I didn't even get to do my bird squawk.
Do it.
Go do your best.
Well, if we're flying, we can take the straightest line possible, so...
Yeah. When it gets near an hour, I'll direct them to land and I'll redo it. Both the telepathic bond and the polymorph both last an hour, so...
Yes! Okay, so you're going the straightest direction possible? Are you going to try to fly over the mountains? That won't be for a while, but it's going to be imperative.
If anyone brings up the mountains, I'll probably suggest we walk through the mountains telepathically. I think that'd be safest. I don't know, because they're not natural birds, so they might not be able to handle storms, and we don't have saddles. They'd probably not be able to fuck off. Because right now, we're like holding on to these things as they just...
Oh, we can't do like 360s.
I will telepathically remind Grum that that's a bad idea.
We should land in the mountains.
Now, do we know how to land?
Yes, actually,
Yeah.
you do have enough basic... Like, you actually probably could handle the storm. We would have a problem being on your back. If there's any rain, cold, high winds, stuff like that.
Oh, so we'll be fine. You guys will get fucked.
They'll get fucked, I won't. If I can touch them, they won't, because I can teleport. I can teleport in midair.
Yeah, we should then. Like, how long can you cast this transformation?
2 more times. It lasts an hour.
Oh, okay.
Yee!
I mean, technically I could do it 3 more times, but I want to save my other 5th level spell for another scrying or...
Okay.
Okay.
I will ask telepathically of Ganel and Candide, how do they enjoy the wonderful spirit of flight?
Beautiful.
Put me down.
Damn, why didn't you ask us, the one that's flying?
I'll
It
ask
feels
you.
good.
I'll ask you two when you two can probably form more coherent sentences other than good, bird, worm.
Because your int is going to be like 4, so you're going to be like dop 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 dop
3 actually.
dop 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 dop.
Yeah, they can take direction. They understand direction. They don't talk. Bridget's probably like, man.
Lord, breathe,
Lord,
breathe and breathe.
Lord.
I want to be a griffin. Actually, you know what? Next time, I'll turn you into a griffin. How about
right.
that, son?
So you're flying around.
How many casts will it take to get to the mountains?
You will have to cast it all 3 times, and you will get close. You'll be like probably about another probably like another 2 hours on foot to get to the mountain pass.
That's acceptable. Because, I mean, that means it's a total of 5 hours to get all the way to the mountains and almost.
Basically like a quarter of the time, roughly.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, so you're gonna do all that and get like the last 2 hour stretch on foot? Okay.
Sure.
once they are normal and we're not repeating, I'll just say, so, how did you enjoy being a giant bird?
Well, I can fly already, but flying higher is that much more enjoyable.
Miss Grub.
He's nice.
You are all ants to me!
What is this? A center for
Horatio's just
ants?
gonna crack up. Horatio's just breaking down laughing.
Yes.
Alright. So, do you all know anything about these mountains we're heading towards?
They're infested with harpies.
Oh joy.
Yep.
Yeah. Alex, like, we had earplugs last time, but I somehow don't think that the harpies will be that big of a problem anymore.
I think I still got one.
Now if they remember us, they won't.
Well,
Hobbies are usually pretty intelligent, all things considered.
Also,
I think around 8 one
Malek
last
also
time,
kind of
so-
stops for a second. Also, I think that was the mountains down south, not this pass. This pass we had to deal with the spiders.
Ew.
I know you weren't here for this pass, but this pass didn't seem to have harpies. I think it was too far from the ocean for them. At least this far.
Lovely. Spiders.
Only in the cave, which we'll be bypassing anyway because we don't need to rest yet.
Lead on, gentlemen and lovely lady.
Grum and Brudrin, you recognize the path that Malek is kind of going off ahead on. It's the same twisting, winding path up the mountain that you guys took so long ago.
That's with the heart.
So
No,
let's lead the way then.
after probably like about 30-40 minutes of going up this path, you end up kind of getting to the plateau area, and sure enough, Grum, Brudrin, you recognize the tiny little cave. You can still see, like, the remains of where a fireplace had been.
Ah, memories.
Yes.
What time is it?
It's probably like 1 in the afternoon.
Well, we can easily like
Yeah, we
cut
can...
down more spiders if they want to die some more.
Do you guys even need to rest?
Yeah.
I don't think you do.
No, I don't think we do.
How long have we been? We've traveled 5 hours total. How long are we in the mountains for right now?
So far, about like 40 minutes tops.
Yeah, no. Like we can get
Yeah,
out
that's-
to the other side of the mountains before
Yeah.
3-4 hours pass. We're
You
fine.
you still got like another 5 hours easy.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's chug along.
All right, so you go down, kind of go down the other twisty path that Malek seems to just. Oh yeah, this is how leads ahead. And once you reach the bottom, he kind of looks around for a second. Well, we could walk for a bit, but that seems kind of pointless.
Shall we just rest here then?
No, I had a different idea. He kind of walks forward a bit, makes sure that nobody else is around him. Boom! Turns into a rock himself. Kind of turns back.
Well, he is big enough to take us all.
Okay. I didn't expect that.
But I want it to be a bird too. I want to taste the feeling of power
Now you
and freedom.
get to taste the power, freedom, on the other side.
Oh, Grum, wait until you try.
That will make me feel so insignificant.
Oh, God.
Alright, so I'm assuming you all climb on.
I'll climb on.
Yeah.
By the way, I'll just look at everyone and go, and don't worry, if he tries anything, I can just teleport us. It'll be rather annoying, but I can. Just make sure we're all holding on to each other.
Fair enough. Let's do it.
You're all on? Yeah. As soon as the last of you climbs on and gets settled, he just takes off, starts beelining down the road. About an hour goes by, he lands, kind of shuffles you all off, comes back to normal. Ha! Just checks around, make sure that everybody's okay. Yeah? Okay. He starts casting it again. Rinse, repeat. About...
Well, Grum, how do you enjoy flying on the back?
Grum, it's stupendous. You feel the wind in your hair. You get to feel like you're constantly in a battle.
In comparison. That pales in comparison to the feeling of just raw flight.
It does constantly feel like you're in a battle while you're riding the giant bird, because you have to struggle to stay on against wind pressure.
It feels more like being a child clinging to a mother.
Alright. So, towards the end of the second hour, you all can kind of see the outskirts of a town. Ganel, you've never really seen it before, but it seems like a fairly large, like, port city. It's significantly larger than most of the other cities you visited with these people. There seems to be docks for at least, like, 30 or 40 ships. Decent marketplace, decent, like, town center, just from precursory.
I'm assuming this is where I came in when I was coming in.
You kind of came in around here, yeah, you vaguely recognize it. It seemed like a nice enough place when you went through, but you really just passed through. You don't really stay in the towns when you have your own little inn.
Of course not.
From this height, you also can see where, like, the town kind of gets a little bit more sparse and there's, like, larger buildings. And one of the largest ones seems to just be off on its own. Very large mansion, kind of has a gate around it. You're recognizing the gate itself, Horatio, from, like, initial bits. It's a fairly stand-out building.
Well, that right there is what I saw.
Should we go see Aronis?
Towards the end of the hour, it's probably about, like, an hour walk from where he lands. You all still probably would have been spotted from Giant Bird.
Yeah.
Malek kind of suggests maybe we should walk the rest of the way.
Indeed. If that is where that Aronis fellow lives, I'm not entirely certain we should be bothering him yet.
Possibly
What
not.
do you suggest?
Okay.
Shall we?
Yes.
He's mortal now.
If it bleeds, we can kill it. Alright, so you make your way.
Well, if we were going to confront him, I'd want to rest. I am a little out of power, as it were.
You do start making your way back into the town. You just go through the gate. The guards don't really seem to have too many problems. Come on, thing.
Where's he? We're like, what's with that big fucking bird outside?
They do seem like... You're coming from the road, yes?
Yes.
Were you attacked by that giant beast?
No, we're just wondering why nobody's doing anything about it.
No, you seem to make a lot of caw noises.
You may want to get your patrols on that.
I mean, there were 2 others out near the mountains.
Possibly.
You may have an infestation on your hands.
That is problematic. We'll bring it up with the Lord at the next possible time. He kind of ushers you in.
Good luck, lads.
Keeping an eye out.
Townsfolk.
Took a little attention off of us.
Well played.
It did.
So the last time I was here was when I got into this place. I really didn't pay much attention.
So, you know nothing again?
Candide, I could turn you into a frog.
You continue to say that.
You can certainly try.
I'm seriously tempted to do it, but I'm gonna be nice.
Obviously.
I've never been here before, so...
Well, there's a nice pub. The Drunken Mermaid. Serve good beverages.
That there is.
Shall we?
We are going to need to rest. I don't believe this is the town we were after, correct?
No, this was not.
You were supposed to be going to some Baldur's gift or something.
Yeah, but we still need to eat something and then go to sleep, right? So might as well go and enjoy a nice beverage after a long day of traveling.
Well, you're welcome to sleep in town. I'll probably come outside.
Yeah.
Why pay for lodging when I have it?
Okay.
Let's find somewhere to lay down for the night.
Fair enough. So, who all is going to the pub? The Drunken Mermaid.
I'm gonna go and eat.
You're going?
I'm gonna go in and have some meat.
Yep.
I'll probably go in and pick up like a platter or something. Nothing outlandish. But when it's time for bed, I'm gonna head outside and get my tower.
Okay. Candide, are you going as well? Ganel?
I'm gonna go get something to eat, but I think in a little bit I might go do some investigations.
Okay. How about you, Candide? What you doing?
I will go into the pub.
Okay. So all you head into the pub, and it seems relatively busy as it's starting to get to evening. So all the dock workers seem to be getting off. All the new sailors seem to be like enjoying drinking food. You do manage to find a table big enough to seat all of you. It's kind of in the back though. After a little bit, one of the barmaids actually comes by. Welcome to the Drunken Mermaid. What can I get you, lads?
What do you have for dinner?
Well, we got a nice rack of ribs. We've got some meat. We've got some goat legs. All types of wonderful stuff. We also got a little bit of fruit baskets that just came in on the shipment today.
some vegetables and fruit, and some water.
Alright. What about the rest of your lot?
Why don't you choose for me, dear?
Oh, and I'll pay for them.
Are you trying to be like charming? Oh, okay. The tone,
not really.
The tone kind of like implied like I'm trying to charm her.
That was some straight Fortunato shit.
That was. I was like, wait, are you trying? Because
what did you pick for me, dear?
Right. So one of the specials then. Got it. How about you, lad?
Breads, fruits, veggies.
Right, one of the fruit baskets and some of Barter's bread. Got it. Young Master Dwarf.
Mr. Brown, or the dwarf, I suppose.
I want a plate of meat, and a pint of ale.
All right, what kind of ale you want?
What do you have today?
Oh, we got the usual. We got the Godrick's brew. If you're feeling quite adventurous, we also have a bit of Katoon's drink, which is a little bit on the weaker side, but I get the feeling you're not quite into that. Honestly, if you're looking for the strongest, maybe Godrick's brew's probably the best.
I'm gonna go for a pint of Katoon's.
Alright.
I need to keep my head in the game focused.
That's fair enough. And you, miss?
I want triple the plate of meat that he's asking for.
Ravenous, are we? Alright. Fair enough.
No, I just want triple the meat. I'm not that hungry. If I want it, it'll be more.
Right.
She's watching her figure.
Yes.
She's watching her figure. Alright, she kind of, right, and runs off. Goes up to the barkeep, kind of lays down the little piece of paper. She's running around bussing other tables and bringing other people drinks. After a little while, she brings out all the food and drinks. Brings Horatio his water, and Brudrin, you get kind of a weird, like, it's kind of a dark reddish liquid. Seems a little bit frothy, but it's not what you would normally think of when you think ale.
I'm gonna look at the barmaid. I'm like, what is this?
That's the Katoon's drink.
I thought this was ale. That doesn't look like
It is ale.
Like...
It's just a really odd ale, but then again, Katoon's kind of an odd one in general, as far as the gods go.
Okay.
Well, not a god.
Well, you'll never know until you try it.
Hey, she's a god. She helps grow the crops and maintain the water.
I'm gonna smell it.
It smells very...
I'm gonna try it.
It smells very, very, like, fruity. You just get a very strong sense of, like... You can't pinpoint one specific fruit, but it just seems to permeate, like, citrus juices and all other manner of, like, weird smells that you're not used to in ale. After giving it a taste, you kind of feel like it tastes like wine if they somehow made it into an ale. It shouldn't work.
Okay.
But...
I have some meats, and it's some ale after all, so...
But yes, she brings out quite a copious amount of meat for Grum. Seems to just be like a meat platter Has all types of different, like lamb, it's got pork, even a little bit of beef.
How much for all this, madam?
Oh, let's see. And kind of seems to be calculating it up. I'll say probably about platinum for the whole deal.
I'll give her a platinum.
She takes it and just let me know if you need anything else.
You're paying for all this?
Sure. Still
Get the dwarf some more ale. I'm sure they'll need it.
Oh, you're paying on one ale too.
Of course they do. Just give them what they want.
Right?
No, I'm okay.
What?
We have some things to do.
What kind of
What
ale
about
you
you,
want,
Ganel?
miss?
You should drink.
Not tonight. I have plans.
Don't we all?
Don't do anything too foolish.
Miss, you said you wanted some ale. What kind of ale you want?
Are you talking to me?
Whatever that goes with this meat, I don't care.
Right. She runs off, comes back a couple moments later, very like comes back with just like an amber ale. Seems a little bit heady, but not too bad. All right, are you discussing anything over dinner?
I'm gonna ask Anel what the plan is.
I'm too busy eating, so you guys can discuss among each other.
I too am interested in this plan.
I'm gonna go get a closer look at Uranus.
Like tonight? Do you need any assistance? Or you're just gonna do some recon?
How stealthy are you? You have my answer then. Candide, on the other hand.
You were either incredibly brave or incredibly stupid.
Know thy enemy. It is a good plan overall.
I have a new friend who's going to help out immensely in this.
Obviously.
But I, for one, will probably go out and rest. And if y'all need me, just look for the town.
I just want to see how vulnerable he is.
Then let us go.
By the way, I will go up to the barmaid and give her 2 more platinum and just say, just get them what they want.
They are obviously too drunk anyway, so.
What? I'm not drunk.
But then I'm gonna
Yet.
head out back the way we came in. And if the guards stop me, I'll just look at them and go, oh, I'll be fine. It's fine.
All right, fair enough.
I'm gonna look at Horatio and I'm like, Horatio, how about rooms?
I'll call back to the barmaid. Use the money to cover rooms.
Hi, you got it.
Thank you. Once I'm done my meats and my ale, I'm gonna go and rest.
Okay.
Is that what you're gonna do, Jan? Go rest?
That's probably it.
That leaves because I'm probably gonna sit down and read some of my books on like animals and stuff to get some more ideas for weird shit I can turn these goofballs into.
Fair enough. All right.
And then I'll go to sleep. I'll make sure all my doors and windows are locked and the alarm spells and stuff are all turned off.
Yeah. Candide, what are you doing for the evening? Are you accompanying Ganel, or?
I am. I have not even touched my food since he brought up the idea. Yes, I'm going to accompany him.
Okay. All right, Malek kind of finishes his meal, and once everybody else starts heading off, he just decides to play for the inn for a while. So we'll go with Ganel and Candide on their little adventure, as it were. Alright, so first and foremost, when are you going to try to start being stealthy?
Let's say get about a couple blocks away from the mansion. I want to try to get to the roofs if I can.
Okay.
I'm going to check the perimeter first before we go invading it.
Well, as you start heading towards the noble side of town, or the more sparse and obviously fancier sides of town, the guards are going to kind of stop you. Can we help you?
Just having a lovely walk in your lovely town.
That's what the rest of the town is for. The ones up over here, they pay quite a bit of money to keep to themselves.
But it looks so beautiful at night.
Aye, and that's why they pay a lot of money to keep to themselves. Kind of gives you a smile.
I dig in my pouch and pull out 10 platinum. We're just looking around.
He kinda
Surely it's not a bother to you.
looks to the left, looks to the right. Right, just don't cause no trouble. I didn't see nothing. I don't know.
Candide just winks at him.
Do you need to get that checked? You might want to get that checked.
I certainly will.
Say hello to the missus.
Right. Can't say hello from someone that I ain't met, now can I?
With enough of that in your pocket, you won't have problems much longer.
Yeah, he just kind of starts walking, continuing his patrol.
After you, Mr. Gano.
Just try to avoid any other guards in our way.
Okay. Go ahead and start rolling stealth and doing anything that you're going to be doing to try to, like, assist in avoiding guards. AKA Mr. Candide. Alright, so far, you're kind of sticking a bit more to the shadows. The houses are very, very split apart, so it's kind of hard to hide behind buildings at all times, because there are vast stretches of just land. You are managing to find, like, a good portion of trees and kind of, like, move in between them, for the most part. I'd probably say after about, like, an hour, you do start getting relatively close to the rather large mansion at the end of this area.
I'm going to tell Deoltis to go out about 50 feet from me and alert me should there be anybody, like a guard or someone to alert to our presence, so that we'll know to go around that area.
He kind of nods and just kind of seems to float, or like glide a bit, maintaining the 50 feet ahead of you. Every time that there seems to be a guard in your way, you get the kind of telepathic signal to stop. It's not so much speaking to you as it just seems to be like a presence forcing you to a stop all of a sudden.
Right.
But yeah,
And I have Candide stop and
yeah. After a little bit of that, you do manage to get probably within like 150 feet of the mansion. Rather large.
In terms of exterior wall, right?
It has a rather large fence, yeah.
How large are we speaking here?
Probably about like 15, 20 foot high. Doesn't seem to really like be a wall so much. It's more like decoration, because it's just a like gated fence where you can see through it.
So no way to scale it, basically, right?
Fancy a climb.
It's worth a try.
Go ahead and give it a try. Go ahead and do athletics, because it's going to be more just grip climbing the entire thing.
Athletics is my best.
It is. It's the best.
A 1.
Oh my god!
So Candide's kind of
Saevrick.
slowly struggling up. You get up like one hand grip and just immediately slide down for about like 10 seconds before you finally just like You do however hear a bit of noise as you're constantly sliding back down. You think it's coming from around the corner of the mansion.
Does my raven see?
You fly it over and you see a figure kind of starting to walk towards that direction.
Candide, we have someone approaching.
You need to hide.
Indeed.
Candide, you let go of the bars, I'm assuming, and are you both gonna drop back?
Yeah,
I'll drop down, yeah.
Okay. You run back a bit behind some trees. Ganel, you can kind of see the figure through the raven's eyes. It seems to be a medium-built half-elf. Seems to have dark hair, slight goatee.
How far away is he?
He's probably like 10 feet around the corner of the building.
I mean, from me, he is 10 feet.
From you, he's probably about like 70 feet.
I'm gonna fuck with him so bad right now.
Hey man, more power to
Go
you
ahead.
if you wanna. Horatio wouldn't care.
I'm gonna pull my mask down a little bit. My eyes are gonna flash with a sudden blistering purple. Fog's gonna start rolling from my mouth as I start doing incantation for a hex spell.
Okay.
I'm gonna hex him.
What does your hex do?
It's not gonna do much in this situation, but basically I just curse him for the time being.
Okay.
But he's gonna fucking know that I was there.
Alright.
And I'm watching him.
So the curse seems to kind of like drift upon him for a bit. And he just seems to get a little bit of a smirk.
I'm just gonna walk from the shadows right towards him. On the other side of the fence.
Oh, hello.
Don't hide very well, do you?
Oh. Why would I have to hide?
Well, too easy to track down.
The curse of having to run a town, I suppose.
I suppose so. Just know that you're not going to hide from us. No matter what.
Well, as you can obviously see, I wasn't exactly hiding, no, was I?
You might want to start.
If I might make a suggestion, maybe if you're attempting to try to be intimidating and imposing, maybe don't announce your presence so well long before you get into town.
Oh, I didn't care. If I cared, I wouldn't have come here.
Oh, I know. I know you. I know you quite well.
I want you to know that we're coming for you. I want you to be ready because I want you at your best when we destroy you.
Oh, I'm quite ready.
Good.
Don't forget who you're dealing with, Mr. Gannell.
And don't forget who's on my side now. A real god. Not some fake, pathetic, wannabe piece of shit like you. We'll see you soon, Uranus.
Quite.
I'll turn to Candide. You ready? Remember that face, Candide.
Yeah.
He's the reason for all this.
So, I guess I've moved and, hide in plain sight. It's kind of like, whew, there I am. I just give you a nod.
And I'll cancel the spell. My eyes will go back to normal as the breath starts to reverse back into my mouth. We'll see you.
Quite. You do notice one kind of odd thing, though. You kind of do the see ya, and as you, get here, he's suddenly just in front of you. There was no actual movement, it's just... Remember...
With my history of him, it doesn't surprise me.
Remember who you're dealing with. Ta-ta. And he walks back towards his mansion. Alright, are you two doing anything else this evening?
No.
Yeah, I'm good.
Candide,
I'm satisfied.
you were going back to the inn, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Candide, when you start getting back into the inn to start getting your room set up and everything, you hear an awful lot of racket again. Sure enough, Malek's just sitting there playing, and everybody's like clapping along. He kind of has his hat on a table, and that thing's overflowing.
Tonight, Candide, Candide doesn't even compete by playing his own instrument. He just sort of looks at him, just absolutely not caring. But, not even in a negative way like he would last time. It's almost like he just really doesn't give a fuck anymore about anything that Malek is doing.
That's fair. Okay. So you go up to the bar and she kind of, oh yeah, here's your room key. Explains, which room it is, etc., etc. And you go up and sure enough, there's just a tiny little room. Grum, you actually got the same exact room that you got beforehand. And you can kind of hear...
Nice.
What?
I think she said nice, because she gets the same room.
Kinda. You get a little bit of, you hear Malek playing down in or kinda through the floorboards. And you start having a bit of memories of Ariza.
Oh, god damn.
Sometimes getting the same room is not a blessing.
But I still have that statue, right? That Aruku made.
Yeah, the one of Ariza.
Well, I'm gonna actually lay down on Ariza's bed, right? Because there were two beds there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take her bed and I'm gonna curl up with the statue.
Oh.
Well, I can't. Grum can't help it. She's attached to Ariza.
Alright. So yeah, you go to sleep with that memory and the music just playing in the background. Brudrin, are you doing anything special before you go to sleep, or...?
Sleeping.
Okay. So, Horatio, you managed to find a couple new passages, couple new other bits. Some interesting forms.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Why didn't I think of that one? It has so many eyeballs.
And then you go to sleep.
I wonder how long we'll sleep.
After a while, Candide, you go to sleep to the sound of the bard playing. After a while, everyone just kind of wakes up.
Once I'm up, I'll pack up my tower and head back in.
All right.
Once I wake up, I'm gonna go down and get some food and wait for Ganel. I wanna have an update on what he found. Well, he and Candide.
Okay. So, you go downstairs. Malek kinda... Well, you haven't seen Malek yet. Grum probably wakes up first. And kinda just...
The best part of waking up is Godrick's brew in my cup.
Look, as long as it's not the best part of waking up is griffin grease in my cup, I'm... I half expected it to be that one.
Ganel, were you heading into the inn after you... or sometime in the morning, or...?
Yes, and I'm being watched over.
Yeah, you're being watched over. Alright. So, Brudrin, you go downstairs. You kind of hang out for a bit and order a bit of mead and meat, I'm assuming. Yes? No? Brudrin? Yeah?
Sorry.
You're ordering like some meat and mead, I'm guessing, to wait, or while the others are waking up?
Yeah, just whatever they have on the breakfast menu, like junior chicken, like that. Breakfast potatoes.
Kids like a lamb.
Yep.
Alright. Ganel, you come in a little bit later after Brudrin's gotten his food. Horatio, you come in a little bit after that. Grum, you...
Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, you head downstairs.
Good morning.
I hope everyone had a pleasant evening.
Yes. Ganel, Candide, what did you find?
A very angry wannabe god.
What? You encountered him?
Yes.
And he's still alive?
He knew we were here.
Oh, okay. Well, first, thank you for waiting. I think we all want to have a piece of him.
It just happened that way.
Okay. Anything we should know? And what is the plan?
We're going to continue on like we're supposed to.
Meaning, going to kill him?
Not now.
So, you see Malek kind of coming down the stairs, but there's something a bit different that is very noticeably and obviously different.
He's a woman now?
He doesn't have his water cloak.
Oh, God.
Weren't you wearing a weird water cloaky thing?
Did one of you take it? I mean, I know I've played some jokes on you, but I thought this was a little bit in poor taste.
I was out of town. I slept in my tower.
I'm gonna look at Ganel and say...
Did you lose Arisa's cloak?
I didn't lose it.
Wait,
Malek.
I was wearing it when I went to sleep.
wait. Back up. Mr. Ganel, you said that Uranus knew we were here.
I mean, flying on giant bird here was fairly obvious.
And isn't he one of the ones after these things?
Yes and no. It's hard to explain.
You think Uranus?
Well, I mean, I don't know what at all is going on, quite frankly. But if Uranus is involved in all this thing, then perhaps he took it. If he's some sort of ex-god, I mean, I assume he can do all sorts of weird things.
Well, can you try to activate your the avatar? See if you can conjure it. Well, wait, no.
I don't have
Flood us.
I don't have the gem, and I'm pretty sure that's how that worked.
Ah. That's
See,
right,
I don't think we have a choice. I think we need
Also,
make Uranus a priority.
Grum.
Yeah, I think we gotta go now.
Grum. Malek's kind of looking
Yes.
a bit concerned. Didn't you used to have a necklace?
I'm gonna pat.
It's gone.
What the? I didn't get to do my avatar. You guys did. A little bit with Vranick. Grum never gets to do it. Grum was patient. Look what patience did with Grum. That's it. Let's go ahead and fuck him up now.
I'm gonna look through my bag to see. Well, I'm gonna get my axe and check if my gem is there.
Your axe is still there. The gem still seems to be there, but you were kind of sleeping on top of it? I don't know why I picture Brudrin just
my
constantly
axe close.
hugging his weapons and being like, yes, smash.
So my assumption is if Uranus did this, I think he would have been able to take something from a sleeping dwarf's hand.
Let me go get my tower. Let me get my mirror. I can see if I can at least track the cloak, because that's quite obvious. I know what that looked like. The necklace, I don't think I really noticed. She wore a necklace.
Yes, it had been the necklace that had her crystal.
Lovely. Excuse me, gentlemen. If you want to come along, feel free. I got to go get my mirror.
Malek's kind of
head
looking
out.
around. Shouldn't we get Candide?
Look, you all go get Candide. I'm going to get on trying to find the cloak.
Let's go to Candide
Do you know what room he was in?
for attempt to. That's the bar lady.
Oh, your friend?
Is she there?
Yeah, she's kind of like waking up and she's serving breakfast and stuff. Oh, your friend? Yeah, he was in... And she gives you the room number.
I will swiftly go off that way.
Alright, you go up the stairs, enter the room. It's empty.
Nice. Alright. Start inspecting the room. See if I can find anything.
Yeah, everything seems really, really neat and organized. Doesn't really look like any sign of like a struggle or anything. At least not from your initial like precursory investigation.
Go back down. Did anybody see him actually go to his room last night?
Well, I believe I saw him come back in and get the key from the barmaid.
But we didn't actually see him go there.
I was a little bit preoccupied playing.
Let's start asking around, see if anybody's seen him. If there's anybody even here yet.
There's like one or two people who've kind of like meandered in. And they seem kind of...
Yeah, but doesn't
Hey, I just got here.
the town like Lord Benhold though? That's the thing. We can't really ask around because we know what Lord Benhold really is, and they're just gonna talk about glowing praises about him. So it's pointless to ask people around.
I'm just looking for Candide.
Ah,
Well, like I said, I would have left while they were going, so I have no idea what's going on. I'm walking towards the outskirts to set up my tower so I can do some scrying.
Yeah, while they're doing this investigation into Candide's room, you go outside and pop open your tower. Okay.
I'm going to attempt to scry the cloak.
Okay. You're not having any luck.
Well, I guess that's not going to work. Alright, I'm gonna actually wait my tower. I told them where I was.
Okay. So are you guys gonna go to his tower after you do a bit of asking? Because nobody seems to have seen him. Like, the barmaid, last I saw, he went upstairs.
He didn't return his key, I'm assuming, so...
No, I haven't gotten the key back yet. Is he missing?
Aye.
That's right, proper fucker left without me key!
Well, I don't know that he left under his own will.
What, are you saying that somebody's gonna come in here and mess with me patrons?
I have no reason to believe why he would leave. That's all I can say.
That's fair enough, I suppose. Sorry I couldn't be more help to you.
Let's go out to the streets and I'll start sending the Ultis around and we'll go rooftop to rooftop if we have to.
Alright. So you kind of head out into the streets. And after a little bit of like searching around and asking some people, you kind of get approached by, it seems to be like a couple of town's guards. Just, they kind of seem to be like looking at a note and look up and notice you guys and, Oi! And kind of flag you down and stop you.
Can I help you?
Well, you, kind of seems to be, like, eyeing it weird. You get the feeling that he doesn't really know how to read all that well. You, Ganoon? I think that's how you spell it.
Who's asking?
Oh, I got a letter for
you.
you.
Have with me?
I got a letter for you.
I see.
I just kind of got handed a letter and a description of you and said to deliver it. That's about all.
Take the letter, hand him a couple silvers.
Oh, well, thank you much. He just goes on about his business.
Right. What does this say?
Alright, you pop it open, I'm assuming. It does seem to have a very nice seal on the back of it. Pop it open. I did warn you, didn't I? That you should know who you're messing with. Perhaps you should worry more about the company you keep than you should about me. Thank you for the nice new gifts. Oh, and I believe his name was Candide, says hello.
I'll take the note. Pull it back up.
Wait, what? Okay. New rule, we do not pick up anyone anymore. Okay.
Betrayal!
As soon as we see someone trying to make a friendly face or a friendly hello, we just go ahead and stab it, bury it somewhere so that way nobody can find it, and then we keep moving
okay,
on.
first and foremost, were you reading this out loud, Ganel, or were you just... Okay, so Grum, you don't know anything yet. Nobody knows anything yet except Ganel.
Yeah, this is out of character.
Oh, Brack.
Is Virgin with us?
Oh, you're all together except Horatio.
I'm reading, by the way.
Yep.
Let's go gather the sorcerer.
I would have probably made tea.
Let's go find the sorcerer. We have business at the mansion.
Ooh, it's fighting time.
Alright. You guys head towards the sorcerer, I'm assuming. Horatio.
Aye.
Alright. So you all go that way. Horatio! They finally seem to enter. Or knock, rather.
Nah, I just keyed it to at least Ganel
Okay.
so he can open the door.
Just Ganel.
Currently.
Okay, so yeah, Ganel, you open the door. And Horatio's just sitting there reading.
I couldn't find the cloak. I figured it'd be easier if you all just came here.
I think they're protected against scrying. I have a good idea where they're at.
Did something happen?
How long would it take you to get ready for combat?
This is about me ready. I'm really not much of a fighter.
Yeah.
I'm better at making other people better at fighting.
Horatio, you do notice that there seems to be a person missing.
Where's Mr. Candide?
Not quite sure.
Is this a rescue?
Let's just say this letter says one thing, and the way that Uranus works, it's hard to tell.
Oh joy, I've always wanted to fight against a depowered god. That's something I'll just have to knock off my bucket list, I suppose. Right. Horatio will stand up and kind of shake out his weird robe and go, "Lead on, gentlemen and gentlewoman. I will make sure that you are in fighting condition."
All right.
Grum, Brujin, it's that time.
I'm ready.
And it's almost 10 o'clock,
Yep.
too.
Might.
So yes, you all start marching that way. Another guard seems to stop you, like, as you're marching towards the noble district. Oi! What you lot want with this side of town? What business have you
We
here?
have business with your lord.
Do you have an appointment?
May I, dear
Well,
sir,
he's expecting us.
dear sir, do you have a name, Mr. Guardsman?
It's Robert.
Well, Robert, it is so kind to meet you. You see, I'm a visiting nobleman from another land, and I would like to pay my respects to a fellow of standing.
You got your papers?
I actually have a signet ring. Say, well, I do have my signet ring. I don't know if you would actually understand the papers. I'm from another country.
He kinda looks down.
Yeah, I am short, so comparatively.
All right, we'll get an escort for you if that's what you're wanting.
Oh, I don't need an escort. These fine people are my escort. I just...
Well, if and you don't mind, the Lord likes visitors to be escorted.
Well, far be it from me.
He kinda calls out, like, 4 guards from the local area and kinda gives them the rough rundown. And they start leading you.
Alright.
Yeah, after a little while you reach the gates of the mansion. Do.
You know?
Couple of lovely
We
trees.
granted entry.
Yeah, they kind of unlock the gate and just open, and the Lord should be inside. Just stay in the parlor area in the front. He should be with you shortly. Just tell one of the servants there that someone's waiting for him.
Let's go, folks.
Oh, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. Here, have an ale on me, and I'll give each of them a platinum.
Oh, thank you much, sir. It's awful kind of you.
I think we'll be fine from here. You gentlemen, you clearly work quite a great deal. I am trying to persuade them to go. We'll be fine.
Oh yeah, as soon as they like delivered you to the gate and you guys go in, they started to leave.
Good.
The front doors are rather massive, like almost not quite as large, but almost the size as the entrance to Aruku's workshop. Just wood rather than
Horatio is
stone.
just gonna look at this and just go, utterly ostentatious. This man has no taste.
Are you knocking or are you just opening it?
I'm letting them take the lead at this point. I got us here without bloodshed.
Let's go in.
Alright, you start heaving it. It's a little bit heavy, obviously, for doors that size. It kind of creaks. And there's just a little kind of foyer with a couple of staircases leading up to the second floor. Kind of like the ringed staircases that you usually see. And in the center there is a large statue of Ganel. You kind of recognize it. It seems to be Lord Vendhall.
And again, Horatio's just gonna look and go, seriously, no taste. This is clearly a man who thinks he is way above the people.
Horatio, you do notice one thing, kind of. There is like a tiny plaque at the bottom of it.
I'll see if I can read it.
You can read it. It's not very difficult to read. It just seems to be like commissioned by the people of Heaven's Landing for outstanding service.
He still thinks it's ostentatious.
After you open the door, one of the side doors just kind of opens and kind of like handmaiden, you'd say, just looks like a maid that would work in a place like this. Can I help you, sir? Sirs?
Good day, madam. My name is Horatio von Strottenberg of the Strattenberg line. I'm a fellow nobleman. I was just coming to pay my respects to the lord of the town.
Ah, yes.
I'm from across the ocean.
Oh, lovely place, I'm sure. Well, if you don't mind, I'll go and grab the Lord, and we can see if he can arrange a meeting with you. He is a rather busy man. I don't know that he has any time in his schedule for now. But for now, why don't you go wait in our waiting room? And she leads you over to just a little tiny room. Has like a tiny table for like tea and stuff like that. He'll be with you. He'll be with you shortly.
Horatio's gonna look at the rest and go, well, you all lead from here.
For now, I think that's about... Well, no, we'll do just slightly more. So after a little bit, the maiden does come back with like tea. It'll be just another couple moments.
Thank you, my dear.
She runs off. A few moments later, he kind of walks down the staircase on the other side of the foyer and just... Ah, I had a feeling I'd be seeing you soon. So nice to see you, Horatio.
I don't believe we've had the pleasure. Is this the one I saw from my scrying?
Yes. Oh, come.
Are you, Lord?
Yes, I am Lord Vendhall. I had a feeling that you knew who I was, considering you came to visit me.
Well, I knew of you, clearly. I didn't know I am from across the ocean. I don't get over on this side of the world very often.
Ah, fair, fair. And I see you brought your lovely entourage with you.
Yes, I believe you know some of them.
Oh yes, quite. Why, Sir Brudrin and Sir Malek and Miss Grum there, I sent on a bit of a quest a while ago.
They've been dying to talk to you. They've been helping me search for my godson.
Oh, that's definitely an appropriate word, I would think, from the expressions on their face.
I'm just gonna move back now and be like, you all wanted to see him.
Well, I've got your letter.
Oh, yes. And I thought the letter was...
Just gonna toss it at his feet.
Really, there's no reason to be littering my fine house.
We'll be littering it with pieces of your corpse before long.
Oh, you're so funny, Ganel. Always were, always found
Have I
ways
ever
to
said
amuse
anything
them.
that I did not mean?
That you didn't mean? No. That you were incapable of completing? Yes. And actually, come to think of it, I do believe that you have said a few things that you didn't mean, since you obviously didn't hold up to a certain bargain.
Well, I'm sure we can come to rectify that in time.
Oh, I'm certain that we can. However, I grew a little bit wary of your... delays. So I took it upon myself to start gathering them. Or at least finding someone who could for me.
Well, unfortunately, you did miss one.
Oh. Oh, Mr. Brudrin's... Well, it's such a shame, really. You see, I thought that the person I found would be competent enough to get all of them, but... Unfortunately, he ran out of hands.
Unfortunately, you've run out of time.
Oh, you have no idea.
Grum? Brudrin?
I'm just gonna pull my axe out and was like, let's do this?
Alright.
Yeah, why are we talking? Less talking, more stabbing.
If
Yeah, I'm done talking.
If that is what you wish, then I will take us to a venue that's a little bit more suitable. And he kind of just snaps. And
then the Pokemon music.
do. And that's where we're going to end it. With just a snap and your vision kind of going white for a second. I do hope that everybody had a good time this evening. And I want to take a moment.
Do you have an outro?
We don't, sadly. I do want to take a moment to thank all these wonderful patrons, though. Because they are awesome. And they're helping make this just a little bit better.
Awesome!
Awesome! So until next time, keep gaming. Yeah.
See you later, folks.
Yes.